Good morning, everyone. It's Dr. Albin here today to talk about our digital readiness check for our upcoming uh, SAT with essay, PSAT 10, and PSAT 8-9. All three of these tests for all of our freshmen, sophomores, and juniors will be taking place April 15th and 16th in a couple weeks. These are part of the state of Illinois accountability testing that are given to all freshmen, sophomore, and junior students throughout the entire state of Illinois. Each of these tests is part of ultimately the graduation requirements for the state of Illinois and D128. And these tests carry a couple of importances. One is to show your progress through the college readiness standards as you progress from your freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year. And then ultimately, the testing results are taken by the state of Illinois and used on our school report card as a measure of accountability as one of the measures of accountability to check your learning at LHS. So today, I'm going to take you through what we need to do to get ready for this test. These tests are entirely digital this year, and you'll be using your school issued Chromebook to take them. So we need to perform a digital readiness check to make sure that you're prepared to participate in these exams on April 15th and 16th. So first and foremost, to get started, you're going to open up your Chromebook. You're going to log completely out of Google. And if you haven't restarted your Chromebook in a while, this would be a good time to restart it. Once you do, don't log back into Google. Instead, on the lower left-hand side, you're going to find your D128 apps button. You're going to press it, and then you're going to look for the icon. It's a little blue icon with a star that says Blue Book, and that's the portal through which you're going to be testing. So in the apps section, you're going to click on the D128 Blue Book app to get started. If you're having some trouble getting started in this app, what you're going to want to probably do is you're going to want to hit the refresh key, which is I'm circling right here in the lower left-hand side on your keyboard. And by clicking on that refresh key, you're going to be able to um, restart your device, and hopefully the Blue Book app will pop up. Once you do that, you're going to very first and foremost, you're going to want to click on the top right-hand side, the Test Your Device um, tab. And this is going to tell you right away if your device is ready to go for testing or not. So teachers, you may want to pause me at this point to make sure that all our students are at Blue Book and that they're clicking on Test Your Device. Now, once you have tested your device, hopefully what's going to happen is what's going to appear on the left, which is that your device meets the requirements for digital readiness. Uh, Through our IT office, we've been working to set these up in the background, so hopefully this is the case. One thing to remember is you do have to be testing with your own Chromebook. You can't be testing with a loaner Chromebook. So if you're trying to do this on a loaner Chromebook, that might be one of the reasons that your device is not digitally ready. If that's the case, you're going to want to talk to our IT office, or if something else is not working, you're going to want to take your device right now and bring it down to IT, which remember is across from the studio theater, and they will help you hopefully figure out what's happening with your device to get it set up for the digital readiness. Assuming your device is ready, we'll be able to proceed to the next step. And in this next step, teachers, if you haven't done so already, you're going to want to pass out the testing tickets to the students in your class. The testing tickets should have your user ID and a registration number. And this is what we're going to use to log into Blue Book. Now, there's two ways to log in. The first way is the way we're going to do it, which you can see it highlights, it says use a sign-in ticket from your school. Many of you have College Board accounts already, and through AP, you've been using these College Board accounts, but for this test, you do not want to use that methodology to get into Blue Book. You want to actually use the testing ticket. So at this time, once again, if the testing tickets haven't been passed out, please pass them out. And then students, please use the testing ticket and log into Blue Book. Now, hopefully you have been successful with this, and um, once you are in, it's going to say on the left-hand side, your name's going to pop up, and it's going to say the test that you're taking. So freshmen, you're taking the PSAT 8-9, sophomores, the PSAT 10, and juniors, you're taking the SAT with essay. Okay, so hopefully the correct test pops up. And once that's the case, you're going to want to click on the yellow button that says to start the exam setup so that your device is completely ready for test day. Now, once you click that, your personal information should show up. Your name should show up as it is indicated in ISB, all right? And this is also where, if you have testing accommodations, these should show up as well. The screen's going to ask you if this information is correct. Once again, for most of you, this information should absolutely be correct. If there is some sort of an error, you're going to want to talk with either myself, Dr. Albin, in the main office, or your counselor in your LSTs to ask about some information that could be incorrect. So if you feel that your name is incorrect, definitely you're going to want to talk to your counselor about that. If your accommodations you feel are somehow wrong, you can either, once again, talk to myself or Miss Wilkin about accommodations. Um, these would be either if you have 504 accommodations or IEP accommodations to double check that they are correct. So if for some reason you feel the information is incorrect, you're going to want to click no and probably at this point in time send an email either to myself or to Miss Wilkin about what might be the problem so that we can help you. Assuming the information is correct, you would say yes and we would proceed. Now, there is, no matter what test you're taking, there is a long, lengthy list of agreements that you're going to be asked to read through or at least scroll through. And when you get to the bottom, that you will agree to the following testing conditions. This is all the tests for College Board have these conditions, and you'll have to go through that for every test that you take. So, at this point in time, please scroll on through, read as you need, and ultimately agree to the testing rules. Now, once you do this, you're going to be asked if you want to opt in to the Big Future School app from College Board. And this is their digital app that you can receive via your phone that ultimately you can use to access scores and other information. This is totally optional, and it's up to you, students, your choice as to whether or not you want to be a part of this app or not. We do recommend that if this is something that you want to be a part of, that you do not use your actual cell phone number to join. You can use your email to join uh, this app. It's only available for the SAT and the PSAT 10. So if you're a freshman doing the setup for the PSAT 8-9, you actually won't see the Big Future School app at this time. If you don't want to join this app, you can just simply click skip. Now, you're also going to be asked to provide information from College Board. They're going to ask you certain things about emails, race, ethnicity. This is College Board asking for a lot of data collection. All of this information is optional, students. You do not have to provide any of it. So it is your choice as to what level you want to provide this information to College Board, and whatever you feel comfortable sharing is totally up to you. So at this point in time, you can share any information you wish, or if you don't wish to share anything, you can simply skip this section of the digital readiness check. Next, if you're taking the SAT with essay, it will ask at this point in time for potential institutional choices. You get up to 4 free score sends for your SAT information. Now, you can absolutely choose schools at this time that you want to send your information to. However, since you are just a junior and the college landscape with scores is testing is changing very rapidly, we recommend that at this point in time in the digital readiness check, that you don't actually spend time searching for schools to send your scores to. This might be something that you wish to talk with your parents about. It also might be something that you wish to talk with Ms. Murphy in the CRC and or our LST, your counselors, about whether there are schools that you should send this score to or not. Either way, um, you can still add score sends, free score sends, after you take the test. So you'll have all the way till April 15th and 3 days after to decide if you want to include institutions to send your scores to. And at that time, you can go into your College Board account and actually add those schools for sends. Next will come up for everyone some test day checklists, what's required versus what's not. The biggest obvious requirement is you have to bring a charged Chromebook on the day of test, and it has to be your Chromebook. We do not have extra Chromebooks for testing, so you must bring your Chromebook fully charged. You have to bring an ID. We encourage you to bring a power cord, especially if your Chromebook doesn't seem to keep a charge for a long time. Most of the tests run a little over 2.5 hours, so keeping a charge should not be a problem during that time. But if you have found that your Chromebook has that problem, we encourage you to bring your power cord. The other thing that we encourage you to bring is a pen or a pencil. We will provide you with some scratch paper for testing. And even though you have access to the online Desmos calculator, we encourage you to bring an approved calculator for the testing, which you can also use. You're allowed water and or snacks during the couple of 10-minute breaks during testing. Um, Everything else you should not have with you. This includes backpacks, cell phones, Apple Watches, all electronics really other than your Chromebook you can't have with you, and those will be kept outside your testing room on the day of the exam. At this point in time, hopefully you've completed all of these steps and your exam setup should be complete. You're not going to be provided with any other start codes for the exam. This would be information that you would only get during the check-in process and obviously the testing process of the actual exam. Now, during the remainder of our time that we have together, there are two things that you can do. One is on the lower left, you can take and participate in a test preview. This is really sort of a silent video that highlights some of the test features that are available to you as you test, as well as sort of the format, the digital format of the actual test. So this is certainly something that if you don't do now, sometime between now and your test day, that I would certainly encourage you to participate in and take a look at. The other thing that you can do, once again, between now and testing on April 15th or 16th, is you can practice. You can practice through Blue Book, or you'll be able to practice through Khan Academy to prepare yourself for the test. In Blue Book, you'll actually have access to complete full-length digital practice tests. Okay, this is inclusive of the PSAT 8-9, the 10, and the SAT, also with essay. You can retake these tests as many times as you'd like. You'll have um, you can see the full practice questions, you can see your scores, and you'll be able to see reasoning behind the score, the correct answer choices. So if you do miss something, you'll be able to find out why you missed it and what the correct answer choice actually is. So you can review your scores. This is the website that you'd actually be going to. It's the mypractice.cbcollegeboard.org site that has your scores and the review of those scores. The other site that's available to you is Khan Academy, which is a free site where you can once again take in-depth, full-length practice tests for any of the tests that you're going to be taking. They have lots of different sample practice problems and as well as mini quizzes aside from full-length tests. And it will teach you a little bit about the digital exam, as well as the adaptive nature of the exam and how it sort of changes as you go through your questions. An overview for our testing. So on Monday, April 15th, all ninth and 12th graders will not be in school. You will be participating in asynchronous assignments through Google Classroom. All 10th and 11th graders, you will be in school. 10th graders, you're going to be taking the PSAT 10. 11th graders, you're going to be taking the SAT with essay. Now, on Tuesday, April 16th, this switches a little bit. Now, our ninth graders are coming in to test. You're going to take the PSAT 8-9. And 11th graders, you're coming in again now to take the Illinois Science Assessment, the ISA. 10th and 12th graders, you are now not in school on the 16th and are participating in remote asynchronous assignments through Google Classroom. Whenever you're in for testing on any of those days, and certainly juniors for both days, you have to bring your fully charged Chromebook to participate in the testing. As I said earlier, these are mandatory tests from the state of Illinois. Ultimately, they're graduation requirements for D128 and the state of Illinois. And as such, if you miss the testing, you will be held responsible for doing makeup testing immediately upon your return. So, unless there is certain extenuating circumstances which you need to contact me about, please make sure that you're at testing with all of your equipment and ready to go. So at this point in time, you can sign out of Blue Book. Best way to do it is to hold the power button on the side, and you can keep the sign-in tickets for practice. Thank you for participating in this digital readiness check, and look forward to testing on April 15th and 16th, and best of luck to everyone.